Welcome, everybody. I know there are some people already on the line, and we're getting ready to have our event this evening. Beautiful Skin Begins Within. Good, good. Can you hear me? Hopefully you can all hear me now. Excellent. If you have questions, you can type your questions to me. And I also have Sarah and Jackie on the webinar this evening who are also going to help me answer questions. Sarah is a registered holistic nutritionist. And so you will see them answer some of the questions while I'm talking as well, just so I don't miss anything. Thank you, Jackie. For those of you who may not know, I also have YouTube videos, so you can type in Lorna and hormones in YouTube, and you'll also be able to watch my hormone talk if you're interested in that as well. And we have people from all over Canada and the US on tonight's Beautiful Skin Begins Within webinar. If there's something in particular that you would really like me to talk about, just type the subject now and I'll make sure I cover it for you. We're definitely going to talk about hormonal acne. We're also going to talk about something that gets mistakenly called adult acne that's actually rosacea. So we're going to talk about that as well. Let me see if I can turn up my volume. For that activity, I must put on glasses. Okay, is that better? Can people hear me better now? Nicole, do you hear me better now that I've turned up my volume as well? Great. It might just be your computer. You might want to turn off and turn back on again. We've got about 8 minutes, so you might want to rejoin. It just might be your particular computer that is not making it so you can hear me as well. I'm definitely going to talk about hair loss. I didn't have a slide on hair loss, so I'm glad that you mentioned that. I'll talk about hair thickness, hair loss as well. And yes, low thyroid is a big problem. If you want to know more about low thyroid, which really ages us so much faster than it needs to, watch my YouTube video on hormones as well. So just go to YouTube and type in Lorna hormones and you'll get it. Yes, this talk is being recorded. They've already turned on the recording so that I don't forget. So to all the new people who've just joined, my name is Lorna Vanderhig. Tonight's webinar is Beautiful Skin Begins Within. And we have a little bit longer to wait until everybody has signed in. You can write notes to me on the chat board. And if you have questions We also have Sarah Morissette on the line, who is a registered holistic nutritionist, and also Jackie Barron Lundquist, who is one of our sales reps who's been with the company for a very long time and can also answer questions as well. Yeah. We're going to talk about menopausal skin, and at the same time, I'll talk about menopause and hair loss, because a lot of changes happen to the body when we go through menopause, especially changes that affect our skin and our hair. So I'll make sure and cover that topic as well. Yes, we are going to talk about wrinkles, and more wrinkles. We're also going to talk about brown spots and how to get rid of those as well. We have a very big crowd who've signed up for this webinar this evening. I think I need to talk about skin more often. I'm going to talk about how digestion affects your skin, because if you've got digestive troubles, you'll have skin problems as well, and vice versa. And the digestive tract is really a tube that goes from your mouth to your butt that is an extension of your skin. So we're going to talk about digestion and how to fix that as well. And these webinars are a great opportunity for me to talk to people directly. And it's like I'm in your living room or your office at home. And it's a great opportunity for me to connect with all the wonderful women who are supporting what we do out there by helping women help other women, which is our company motto. And for those of you just joined, because we've got a lot of people on this call tonight, my name is Lorna Vanderhig, and you're joining Beautiful Skin Begins Within, which we're going to get started in about 6 minutes. And so if you have questions, you can write them in the chat box. If there is a particular skin subject you'd really like to talk about tonight, please make sure that you post it on the chat board now so that I don't forget. Throughout the talk, it's a little bit harder for me to add things. Yes, I still offer my nutrition course. It's on the website at hormonhelp.com. Please go there and take advantage of it. It's a really nice condensed course that's very easy for people to take part in. And at the end of the nutrition course, you get a certification saying that you've completed it. Yes, I'm definitely going to talk about acne, and I'm going to talk about that awful crepey skin we get on our eyelids and our upper arms. I heard Helen Mirren say on TV the other day that she never wears anything that has short sleeves anymore because of her crepey skin. It's a terrible problem. We're going to talk about that. Somebody's asked me a question about MenoSmart and AdrenaSmart for their hot flashes and menopause symptoms. And it's been working great for 6 months, and all of a sudden it's not working as well. That can happen, especially because our hormones are constantly fluctuating, and you might have gone through a period of higher stress. It may have been hotter outside. There could have been some change that's happened in your hormones. My recommendation is that you can increase your dose of MenoSmart for a few weeks to see if this covers it off. It generally goes back and gets everything calmed down again. I'm going to talk about psoriasis. Turkey neck. That's a really good one as well. We'll try and cover that topic also. One of the greatest things that I use is this little skin needling roller. And it's called a dermaspin. And I use that every second night before I go to bed, and I roll these little tiny pins in this roller, and you can put your vitamin A on and then roll it. And wow, does that ever work to help to fix the integrity of the skin? And I'm going to talk about skin tags because although most of us think about skin tags as a cosmetic problem, they're actually telling you that you're pre-diabetic. So we're definitely going to talk about skin tags. And, this is the beautiful thing about our body, is that it tells us by all of the different symptoms we have what could be going on inside. I will post the skin roller that I use on Facebook tomorrow. So if you're not a Facebook follower, join our Lorna Vanderhaeg Health Solutions Facebook page, not my personal page, just the Lorna Vanderhaeg Health Solutions page. And I'll post it tomorrow so you can see the one that I use. Okay, we're going to get started now. Welcome to everybody. We have a wonderful crowd from all over Canada and the US on this webinar this evening. The webinar is called Beautiful Skin Begins Within. My name is Lorna Vanderhaeg. I'm a women's natural health expert. I've been researching and writing on nutritional medicine now for about 35 years. I'm the author of 13 books, and the topic of tonight's talk is one of my books, Beautiful Skin Begins Within, which I co-wrote with Dr. Martin Braun, who's an MD who does cosmetic treatments in Vancouver. It's a great book that covers all of the natural side of things as well as what you could have done, the less invasive types of things that are available in a cosmetic doc's office. So let's first look at all the skin health problems. We are spending over $1 billion in Canada. So if you combine Canada and the US, we're talking billions and billions of dollars being spent on Botox and all of these fillers and other treatments that are being done to make us look younger. And ultimately, if our skin looks better, we feel better. So what I really want to talk about is how we can get the body making the things like collagen and making our skin look beautiful from the inside out, and treating these things with natural remedies so that we don't have any of the toxic side effects. A lot of the cosmetics that we're currently using in the marketplace contain dangerous estrogen mimicking ingredients. You need to, after this webinar, go in your bathroom and look at every label. And if it says methylparaben, propylparaben, parabens, phthalates, these are toxic. These are highly estrogenic ingredients that are going to disrupt your hormones and definitely not going to be healthy for your skin. Inflammation. We hear about inflammation for arthritis, but inflammation in the skin is associated with many of our health issues. So I'm going to talk about that. 75% of North Americans have some type of chronic skin ailment. Millions of adults have psoriasis. And this slide was generally developed for the Canadian marketplace, so multiply it times 10 when we're talking about the US. A third of adults have herpes, that's cold sores. Up to 90% of children under the age of 5 have eczema. And we're going to talk about eczema and psoriasis and dermatitis as well. Acne treatments, some of the common acne treatments that are being used cause birth defects. They are associated with breast cancer. They cause terrible digestive health issues that can last for decades. Many of the arthritis conditions also cause skin problems. So psoriatic arthritis would be one of them. Millions of Canadians have rosacea, and the numbers are climbing due to our aging population. So we're going to talk about all of these things tonight and cover as much as we possibly can in regards to skin problems. So first, if you go to a skin specialist, they will often tell you that the diet you're eating has nothing to do with your acne outbreaks. Well, this is just simply not true. The skin is the largest immune organ. It's protecting you from the environment. It basically protects the internal part of our body as well. And we need to eat the foods that are going to make our skin healthy and strong. So dark colored fruits and vegetables, lots of fish, particularly wild salmon. Blueberries are another great one. The spice curcumin, which is so important for cancer prevention. It is also a powerful natural anti-inflammatory. So you always want to have your plate filled with lots of dark colored fruits and vegetables as well. There's a lot of confusion about fat. And tonight on the news, I was just listening. They have finally come out and said, well, probably no fat foods are not a good thing. And I've been saying no fat foods are not a good thing for at least 3 decades now. We need to be focusing on good fats. And the good fats would be extra virgin olive oil, the little blue flower that's in the middle of the screen. You're going to learn a lot about tonight because that is the borage flower. And borage provides us with these little seeds that we press to make an oil that delivers something called GLA. And this is the beautiful skin oil. My favorite fat is coconut oil. And I like Omega Nutrition's organic virgin. The virgin version is really good coconut oil. And it's hard when it's cold and it is liquid when it's not. And I take a tablespoon of it every day for a healthy brain. And it's a good fat. You can switch that one out for some of the bad fats. And this Omega Nutrition's virgin coconut oil makes the best healthy pie crust on the planet. Fish is also a really good food for us because it contains fatty acids, and so are nuts and seeds, but not the roasted ones covered with all kinds of maple syrup and other sweeteners. Those would not be classified as good fats. So good fats are important because our skin has a layer of these very wonderful lipids. And when they're full and rich, our skin is soft and dewy and youthful looking. And when our skin starts to dry out, it's not because you haven't had enough water. It's because you haven't had enough good fats. And so we're going to talk about the good fats throughout the talk as well. These foods, we know they're bad. I think that we really need to start hanging signs over the drive-through that says, if you eat these foods often enough, you will look old, you will get fat, you will get cancers and heart disease, and then maybe we will stop eating them, although I doubt it because the lineups are always very, very long. So you need to limit the amount of bad foods if you want to have beautiful skin. The skin has many layers, and young skin is smooth and contains a structural network of collagen. So think about that network. When it's really nice and tight, that's like a baby's skin. When a baby is born, they're 90% collagen. They have this beautiful, smooth skin. And that's because they're so full of collagen. As we age, the collagen fibers deteriorate and the network becomes more open. And that's what causes what we call wrinkles, which are really rivers and valleys in our collagen underneath the skin. So one of the things that causes rapid skin aging is sunburns. I could never figure out why. And then I looked and studied the research. The reason why sunburns are so bad, they cause destruction of the collagen, which is literally that smooth, wonderful connective fibers underneath your skin. So we want to keep that collagen in great shape to ward off those wrinkles. And so why do we wrinkle? Inflammation. So I talked a little bit about inflammation already. So when you slip and fall on the ice and you sprain your ankle and it gets red, painful, hot, and swollen, that is the body's mechanism of action called inflammation. And inflammation is designed to make you sit in a chair, put ice on it, and raise your ankle up and allow it time to heal. Inflammation in the skin occurs, for example, when you get a sunburn. It gets red, hot, painful, and swollen, and that causes destruction of collagen. So other types of inflammation in the skin like eczema and psoriasis and dermatitis, they also cause challenges in the skin as well. Collagen decline is a big one. As I said, when babies are born, they're 90% collagen. as we age, we lose a teeny bit of collagen. The bad news, when we go through menopause, we lose up to 30% of our collagen, and some women lose it in the first year. So those are the women who say to me, my period stopped a year ago and my skin has just aged dramatically. This is due to some of the factors associated with menopause. When that happens, we lose the elasticity in our skin. So we want to keep our chin where our chin should be and not get that turkey neck that we talk about. When we start to lose collagen, we lose elastin as well. And elastin is just as an important component of skin as the collagen is. And we're going to talk a little bit about elastin in a while. Sun damage, we've got to protect our skin, but I am not a fan of the sunscreens. You need to go to the Environmental Working Group's website. If you just type skin deep into Google, you will get to their website. And on there, they have all of the sunscreens and how toxic they are. So you want to find a sunscreen that is not toxic, or better yet, wear a big hat and a big white shirt, cover up your body so that you're not getting a sunburn. A lack of moisture in the skin is another component for wrinkling and skin problems, which is caused by fatty acid deficiencies, which we're going to talk about, and not enough nutrients. When you're a newborn, your skin cells turn over every 1 to 1.5 weeks. When you're 50, it's 1 to 1.5 months. So it is no wonder that our skin gets these brown spots and we get so incredibly wrinkled. Genetics is on the bottom of the list because we can alter all the factors associated with genetics by using food and nutrients. So I don't want to blame our parents. But if your parents are really old looking before their time, then you want to do all the good things I'm going to talk about shortly to ensure that you can ward off the genetic part. So let's talk about hormonal acne. So in teenagers, I'll start with teenagers. When teenagers are just getting their periods, we're going to talk about girls first, and then we'll talk about what happens with boys. So excuse me. In girls, when they just first start getting their periods, some months they may not ovulate because the body is just learning how to secrete or pop out an egg. And so in the months when you don't ovulate, this is when you get terrible acne around the hairline, the chin line, the chest, and the back. As the body gets better at ovulating and having a normal cycle, it's literally learning how, often the acne will disappear. For some people, they always have challenges with ovulation, especially women with polycystic ovarian syndrome. Or we see it in athletes who, if you have a teenager who's doing excessive sports and loses their period, they may also get terrible acne outbreaks. It's because they're not ovulating. We often see this type of acne again in 40-year-old women. As they're heading towards menopause, they may not be ovulating again. So what does the doctor do when you have a teenager with acne, or you're 20 years old or 40 years old? They want to put you on the birth control pill. And the reason why they want to put you on the birth control pill to treat your acne is to shut off all ovulation. But this is not a good thing, especially for teenagers and women in their 20s, because we want the body to learn how to ovulate properly, which will naturally get rid of the acne. Because otherwise, what we are seeing today is 1 in 6 women cannot get pregnant. And I think what this is a result of is we're putting 14-year-olds on the birth control pill. They're not coming off till they're 32 and they can't get pregnant. So what do we do to get rid of this hormonal acne? Well, we take Estrosmart. Estrosmart is a product I developed. It's the very first product I developed to get you ovulating properly. It makes periods effortless. So painful periods, heavy periods, scant periods, no periods, irregular periods. It is a girl's best friend, and we should get on it when we're 12 and not go off until we're an older lady. And Estrosmart, I would start with 2 capsules. The optimal dose seems to be 4 capsules per day, and some women need 6 capsules a day. But within 2 to 3 full menstrual cycles, your acne should be completely under control. GLA has actually been found to change the testosterone in the skin, which is causing the acne. Testosterone's a male hormone. It causes greasy hair, it causes acne, and it causes male facial hair growth. So take GLA as well, and I take a couple of teaspoons of it every day. I like our liquid GLA skin oil, or you can also get it in capsules. We have it in capsules as well. And you can apply the GLA to the acne at bedtime. And people think, oh, you're going to put an oil on an acne outbreak. It works beautifully to reverse the acne. Somebody had talked earlier about digestive health and the skin. You've got to have a healthy digestive tract. So if you're not having one 12-inch bowel movement a day or 3 4s, and you probably want to check it out, then you should get on probiotics and digestive enzymes. And we have an amazing probiotic called Probiotic Plus that has over 100 clinical studies, the majority of them done in women. So add probiotics to your diet to get this acne under control. As well, we have a cream called Cellulite Topical Skin Therapy Cream. And I use this cream twice a day. I absolutely love it. It's very affordable. It has no parabens. It is full of a fatty acid called cellulite. So what I do before I go to bed is I put GLA on my face, then I cover my face with the cellulite cream. And if you have acne, drink lots of spearmint tea. Not peppermint, spearmint. Spearmint helps to lower that testosterone in the skin. If you're a male or a teenager who's got terrible acne, this is caused by elevated testosterone, just like in women. But what we find in boys, especially if you've got a teenager with really bad acne, is that when they start having regular sex, their acne completely disappears. Well, in the meantime, it's not something us moms want to know about. In the meantime, you want to make sure that they take the Estriol Smart. They'll just need more because they're bigger, and it works extremely well to get rid of this hormonal acne. What if you're the 40-year-old woman and now you're 44, 46, and you've noticed you're starting to get acne again like you had when you were a teenager? That is because every month you may not be ovulating as you get closer and closer to menopause. And so for you, I would definitely recommend you go on the Estriol Smart, the GLA. Another great thing we found is that women who take Estriol Smart before menopause have virtually no menopause symptoms. They just sail through menopause. So it might be a good idea to start it anyways. Let's talk about skin tags. Skin tags are actually a really dangerous sign. And we have all the research on our website. If you go down to the product button on the website and you go to a product called GlucoSmart, we actually have the clinical studies that show that if you have 4 skin tags or more, you are already a pre-diabetic. So skin tags grow on the skin when you have too much blood sugar and elevated insulin, and diabetics will be covered in them. You'll see them on people's eyelids. You'll see them on the edges of their arms. Women get them under their breasts, the backs of their knees, and they are not a cosmetic problem. They are your body telling you that you really have to change the way you eat. You need to eat vegetables, healthy fats, and protein, and throw away the white foods. And when I talk about white foods, I'm talking about white sugar, white rice, white flour, white pasta, white bread, white potatoes. Don't eat them. Those foods I call the diabetes foods. We have a product that is developed for getting your blood sugar and insulin in place. It also helps you lose belly fat, and it's a weight loss product. It has over 30 clinical trials, so it is a very, very, very well-researched product. It's called GlucoSmart, and they did this research at the Virginia Medical School, over 30 clinical studies for a product called Rosacea, which is in our GlucoSmart. And this product I won't live without. I take it every day because it keeps the belly fat away by keeping my blood sugar and insulin balanced. You might also want to reduce alcohol intake because we have to remember that that glass of wine is like pure sugar in the body. And so if you have 2 glasses of wine, you really ate 2 pieces of cheesecake. And if you have half a bottle of wine, you've consumed half the cheesecake. That's what it does to your blood sugar and insulin. Menopause and skin health. So I mentioned a little earlier about what happens when women go through menopause. So I'll talk about it again. In the first few years after menopause, the word menopause means 1 year with no menstrual cycle. Women lose up to 30% of their collagen. And collagen is what's underneath your skin that makes it smooth. And so when you start to lose collagen, you get all these wrinkles and sagging skin. So that's one big problem. Collagen is also the glue that makes your bones strong. So this is the connection to menopause and bone loss. Never made any sense to me whatsoever that all of a sudden you go through menopause and you can't keep calcium in your bones. No, but this makes sense. If you're losing collagen in your skin, you're losing collagen in your bones, which is also leading to osteoporosis. So that's one problem, the collagen and elastin loss. Then at menopause, we can no longer make this very special fatty acid called GLA. Now, we hear so much about fish oils and EPA and DHA, but those fatty acids do not make for beautiful skin. So when you're younger, your body is supposed to make GLA from the food you eat. So again, I'll go back to the babies. The only human food that contains GLA is breast milk. And after you finish being breastfed, your body's supposed to make GLA from your fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, and other foods. Some people are really effective at making GLA. People with eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, rosacea, and dry skin cannot make GLA very well from their food. And for women, when we go through menopause, we can no longer make GLA. This is why your skin goes from that dewy, soft look to this dry, lifeless look. And that's literally because you can't make GLA anymore. And so we're going to talk about how to get your GLA levels back up so you can have radiant skin. Age spots, we also call them brown spots. You can get them on the side of your face from driving. You get them on the backs of your hands. We call them liver spots as well. And this is literally due to a slow turnover of your skin cells. So we need to speed those skin cell turnover up. And when we get older, those skin cells turn over so slowly. You can do this little test on the back of your hand. So take your hand and squeeze the skin on the back of your hand and hold it there for a little bit and then let it go. It should drop back down so fast you can't even see it. But if you do this to a child, you won't even see their skin drop back down. If you do it to your 80-year-old mother, it'll go like this. Ugh. That's because we've lost the elasticity in the skin, and the skin just doesn't have the integrity that it used to have. The good news is we can fix this. And, I think it's important. I mean, for me, I'm standing up in front of people all the time, and I know how I feel when my skin doesn't look great. So the nutrients we're going to talk about for skin aging and how to reverse that is Collagen Plus, which contains choline stabilized orthosilicic acid and biotin. And this is used to get you to make collagen. We're going to talk about that. It's also great for your hair and for your bones. We're going to talk about GLA skin oil. We're going to talk about active collagen, which is the superstar to get that collagen back into your skin. And some more about the Cellulite topical skin therapy cream. So I'm going to talk about these at length. This is sort of my little program that I use for myself. That's at the bottom of this particular slide. So let's talk about GLA. So in Northern Canada and Northern Europe, they grow this plant called the borage plant, and it creates these little blue flowers, and the seed is what we use to extract the oil. And the seeds are very soft, so they get to be cold pressed. So there's no chemicals used to press this particular flower, which is so great. We don't use the flower, we don't use the stalk or the leaves, because that contains something called pyrrolizidine alkaloids, which is literally the plant's way of keeping the bugs away. But the seeds do not contain that. The seed that we use to press it contains GLA. And GLA is literally the beautiful skin oil. And as I mentioned, breast milk contains it. But after you finish being breastfed, your body's supposed to make it. And for some of us, we just can't make enough of it. And for those of us who go through menopause, we can't make it at all anymore. Fish and flaxseed oil do not contain any GLA. And the dosage for GLA, we have it in a liquid. We call it our GLA skin oil. You drink it, and you can also apply it. And then we have it in our GLA borage caps. So if you're going to do the liquid, I recommend you do the GLA facelift, which is like 2 tablespoons per day for 10 days. And then you drop it down to 2 teaspoons a day. We're going to talk about how much GLA you need if you have eczema or psoriasis or any of the more serious skin conditions. But this is for the general population. So do the 10-day challenge where you do 2 tablespoons per day. You can put it in food. I like the taste of it, so I just eat it off the spoon. And then after the 10 days, you go to the 2 teaspoons a day. It can be applied topically, which is what I said I do at night. I put it around my eyes and my mouth, the really wrinkled parts, and then I put the Cellulite cream on top. But GLA has also been clinically researched in women who have breast cancer, who have estrogen receptor positive breast cancer, and they have used it along with the drug tamoxifen to treat breast cancer. So it is very breast protective. It also stops breast and period pain. I want you to remember what the bad fats are. The bad fats are margarine, canola, soy, corn, and peanut oil. So don't eat those at all. You want to have the GLA, the extra virgin olive oil, and the virgin coconut oil as well. Those would be the good fats for beautiful skin. Let's talk about psoriasis, which is a terrible condition. You probably know somebody with psoriasis. It causes this flaking skin. It's actually an autoimmune disorder, meaning that the immune system is attacking the skin cells, which causes them to replicate too quick. So then you get these thick buildup of skin cells on the skin, and usually the skin is red, but then it has this white flakiness. Some people get it in their hair. So there's 2 things we use to treat psoriasis from the inside. Actually, there's 3 things. So the first one is we'd use GLA, and I would do the GLA challenge where you do 2 tablespoons a day for 10 days, and then go to the 2 teaspoons a day. Because it is an immune system disorder, you also use our ImmunoSmart to get your immune system to calm down. And then this is a really interesting study. They took this group and they took people who had really severe psoriasis. So they tried every drug known, nothing worked, put it under control. And they did this double-blind placebo-controlled trial using our Cellulite cream. And it's a 10% super strength Cellulite cream. And they looked at the skin scaliness, the patchiness, the red skin, the dryness, the cracks, the redness. And they had them apply the Cellulite cream morning and night twice per day. And they evaluated the participants at 7 and 14 days. And they had a noticeable improvement in all symptoms within 14 days. Now, if you're actually on the webinar and you have psoriasis, you're probably going, nothing works like that. But it does. It works incredibly well for psoriasis. And I would use the GLA along with the ImmunoSmart as well. And if you have psoriasis in your hair, you can also use the GLA in your hair at night. I have some people who put it on their head, go to bed, and wash it out in the morning. And take lots of it because we want to heal the skin from the inside out as well. What about wrinkles? So how did the Cellulite cream get clinically researched for wrinkles? Well, they were doing a study at the Connecticut University for arthritis. And they had people applying the Cellulite cream on their knees morning and night, morning and night. And at the end of the study, they were reading all the little reports that were being made. And women in the study were reporting that their wrinkles on their knees were going away. Now, the funny part of the story is that this study was being done right next to a convent in Connecticut. And so most of the female participants were nuns. So they knew these women could not be lying. And I'm not making the story up, actually. And so because these nuns had reported their wrinkles were disappearing, they went to the University of California and they did a wrinkle study. And they took 28 women between the ages of 25 and 65, with the average age being 45. They had them apply the Cellulite 10% super strength cream morning and night for 21 days. And they had improved wrinkle reduction. They had improved skin roughness. The redness went away. The skin was firmer. So that's about keeping the chin where it's supposed to be, and better hydrated. And, you know, the great news is this is a really affordable cream that we make that has hyaluronic acid. It has squalene. It has the Cellulite. It is a wonderful cream, and it works for things like sunburns as well. And even if you get a mosquito bite, it takes that redness down. So this is my daily cream that I use every single day. And it's very affordable. It definitely does not sit in the same price range as the creams that you find at the cosmetic counter. Eczema. The reason why I got involved in nutritional help is because of my oldest daughter. So when I stopped breastfeeding her, she developed eczema from head to toe. And it was this weeping, itchy, raw, red rash. And we went from doctor to doctor, and all they could recommend was cortisone creams. And I read the side effects of the cortisone creams, and I went, I'm not putting this on my baby. So I went into a health food store for the very first time in Burnaby, British Columbia. It's called Longevity Health Foods. And the woman in the store said, your baby has a GLA deficiency. And we put her on GLA, and literally within 3 weeks, all of this eczema was gone, completely gone. And I was transformed. I thought, why don't the doctors know about these natural remedies, and I have to learn more? So that is the reason why I got involved in using nutrients and food as medicine, was literally because of my daughter's eczema problem. So up to 25% of children have eczema at any particular time, 15% of adults. Allergies can be associated. So you often find kids are allergic to tomatoes or oranges or things that, they get that red rash around their mouth when they eat it. This is probably not a good idea for an eczema sufferer to consume that type of food. And GLA is the secret treatment. And so for children under 50 pounds, we give them 1,000 milligrams. Children 50 pounds and over, we give them 2,000 milligrams of GLA oil, and you eat it, and you also apply it to the skin. So for my daughter, we put it in applesauce and yogurt, and we rubbed it on her belly as well to get her to absorb more of it. For adults, you want a lot more, and that's where I'd go with the 2 tablespoons a day for 10 days and then switch down to 2 teaspoons a day. And I had one woman who told me she took 2 tablespoons a day until it totally went away because she had eczema all around her eyes, which must have been so incredibly irritating. You can also use the 10% Cellulite skin therapy cream, but I would do a test patch because if you've got cracked, broken, open, weeping eczema, the GLA would probably be a better option. Rosacea. So this is often called adult acne. And because people will get these little white heads on their nose and cheeks, it's very red and bumpy. Some people get it on their forehead and their chin. And Bill Clinton has rosacea. That's what caused that bulbous nose that he has. So rosacea can actually disfigure your skin. It can make you have these thickened patches on your chin, your cheeks, your nose, and your forehead. So these are 2 really good images of what rosacea can look like when it's really bad. The best treatment, and I mean the best treatment on the planet, and my husband has rosacea. He has used all the drugs, all the things the doctors use, and finally I got him to use our Cellulite skin therapy cream twice a day, and his rosacea is completely gone. And he is quite shocked by how well it works. I'm not. We know it works very well for rosacea. You also should take the GLA, and I would again do the 2 tablespoons a day for as long as you think you need it, and then drop down to 2 teaspoons a day. And then take our Mag Smart, which calms the inflammation down in the skin. And I do 1 scoop at bedtime because it also helps you sleep at night. Reduce alcohol intake. A lot of women notice that when they have a glass of wine, it flares up. You want to control hot flashes. So if you're a woman who's getting hot flashes, that can make your rosacea much, much worse. So if you're getting hot flashes, get on our Menosmart Plus right away. And make sure you don't take nutritional supplements with niacin, because niacin causes that skin flushing. It'll make your rosacea much worse. And so we don't use niacin in our products. We use non-flushing niacin, which is inositol hexanicotinate, simply because there are so many women who have this rosacea problem. So let's talk about how to build collagen, which is really one of my favorite subjects. And Collagen Plus is a way for you to build collagen in many different places in the body. So there are 16 different types of collagen in the body, and there are some that are specifically for skin, and then there are collagen for your joints and tendons, bones, and other parts of the body. So Collagen Plus is great because it's a liquid, very easy to use, and it contains choline stabilized orthosilicic acid along with biotin, and it's the same product as what's in BioSil, but we've added additional biotin, which is so much better. So you get the supercharged product for less money. And Collagen Plus gets your body making collagen for your skin, your hair, your nails, and your bones. It also builds keratin. So keratin is what makes your hair strong and super shiny. And so Collagen Plus enhances keratin. The biotin in the product also enhances collagen, and both products together, the biotin and the choline stabilized orthosilicic acid, they will make your hair thicker, stronger, and break less. They'll make your fingernails hard, your bones hard, and stop receding gums, which is an early warning indicator of osteoporosis. I love Collagen Plus because what it does for my hair and my skin and my nails, but the reason why I take it every day and why my family members are taking it is to build nice, strong bones. So most women take this product for the beauty benefits, but you're also going to get the wonderful, nice, strong bones as a side benefit of taking Collagen Plus. So it is a vegetarian formula, so if you're a vegetarian, you'll love it as well. And I put it in my protein shake every morning. So I drop the 10 drops into the protein shake. Now, active collagen is a very different collagen. Active collagen specifically builds collagen in the skin. So it doesn't work on collagen in other places. It works in the skin. And it is a French collagen from fish. And it is not just collagen. It's hydrolyzed collagen and elastin polypeptides. And we are the only company that has a collagen product that also has elastin and that has clinical research for wrinkles. So they did double-blind randomized placebo-controlled studies, and the study was 84 days long. They've done many of them, but I like this one. And what they found at day 28 was a 20% reduction in the number and the depth of deep wrinkles. And by day 84, they found an improvement in moisture content. They also found the skin was not as saggy because the elastin was also being rebuilt, and you get more elasticity and the skin is smoother. By day 84, women reported that their crepey skin, so that was the skin I was talking about that we get on our upper arms that makes us all wear long sleeves. And it also helped with vaginal dryness. And the longer you take it, the better it works. So I've been taking it now, I think almost 4 years, and the collagen in the back of my hands is starting to rebuild. So I had those classic old lady bony hands where the skin sags between each knuckle, and active collagen is rebuilding the collagen in my skin. And what I do is I put my Cellulite cream on, and then I take my skin needler and I roll it over top of my the backs of my hands as well. But active collagen is our superstar product for building collagen in the skin. And these are a couple of slides showing a before and after of the crow's feet wrinkles. And you really start to see a dramatic improvement in crow's feet wrinkles in as little as 28 days. So this product contains hydrolyzed wild fish collagen and elastin polypeptides. It's clinically researched. There are collagen products on the shelf that do not even tell you where they come from because they're so embarrassed. So most of the collagen products come from slaughterhouse waste, from cow hides or cow parts or pig parts. The cow products I'm really worried about because cow waste products from the slaughterhouse may contain prions, which are associated with mad cow disease, and they don't have any clinical research. So avoid those products that have cow hide and cow hooves and all the slaughterhouse waste in them. And you also want a product that has wild, if you're using a fish-based collagen, you want it to be a wild fish, not the farmed fish that are full of all kinds of nasty contaminants. Our active collagen works in 28 days. You will see a difference. So take a photo of your face up close and personal, and then take a photo 28 days later so you can see the difference. And by day 84, you'll notice the elasticity improves. So that's that sagging neck that women tend to get as they're older. And the crepey skin also improves. And we have a new active collagen product coming out in a month that is a powder. And it has organic raspberry taste. It is absolutely delicious. So our active collagen right now comes in capsules, and you take 2,000 milligrams a day. In a month, you're going to be able to also buy it in a drink mix, and it has organic raspberry. It's so delicious. Very, very nice for building collagen. I want to talk a bit about Estriol, and this is a very safe estrogen. So there are several kinds of estrogen: estradiol, estrone, and estriol. I do not recommend estradiol, and I don't recommend estrone because they both can cause cancer of the cervix, the endometrium, the uterus, as well as the breast. Estriol is the safe estrogen. It causes no cancers. They've done clinical research studies to prove that. It will not elevate estrogens, and it cannot cause a thick uterine lining or breast cell changes. So very expensive European wrinkle creams will often contain estriol. So they've now done dozens of clinical studies using estriol applied to the face for diminishing wrinkles, to make the skin have more thickness, to plump it up, and to stop sagging. It's a prescription drug in Canada that's made up by compounding pharmacies, and we also use it for vaginal dryness. So if you're going to use it for vaginal dryness or for your face, you want to use a 0.5 milligram, and you apply that to wrinkles of the face. And I just do it around my mouth and under my eyes because that's really the place where I have the biggest problem. And do not use estradiol, do not use Premarin cream, and do not use Premarin cream, estradiol cream, or Vagifem. I almost forgot the name of it, because those all contain estradiol, and the D in the estradiol stands for danger. You want to use Estriol, and if you're using Estriol for if you're using one of these creams for vaginal dryness, you need to switch to Estriol. And we also have a personal lubricant called Love that we absolutely love. It is just like your own vaginal secretions. Remember, the skin down there is skin as well. So when you start taking things like GLA, it's also going to help to improve the integrity of the skin and the vagina, along with things like the active collagen. I also want to go back and talk about hair loss when I'm talking about Collagen Plus. So there's a couple of reasons for hair loss in women. One is low iron, and you have to have a ferritin test. So go have your ferritin tested. If your ferritin is below 70, your hair will fall out, break off easier, and not grow very fast. So you want to make sure you have enough iron. And people who know my product line know we have the best tasting iron. It tastes like Werther's candy, and it will raise your ferritin very, very fast without constipation. The second reason for hair loss in women is low thyroid. And so we want to get your thyroid below 2. We want to keep your TSH number below 2 to stop that hair loss. Now, what do you do when you want to get your hair to grow back? You want it to thicken up and grow faster and longer and stronger and have more shine to it. You use our Collagen Plus, and that's where you put the 10 drops into your protein smoothie. I can't say enough about protein either, because protein provides you with the building blocks for beautiful skin, for beautiful hair, for beautiful nails as well. And one other thing that's also very important for rebuilding collagen that you can apply topically is vitamin A. So vitamin A is another great cream that you could use applied topically. And we are working on a vitamin A cream, but we're having problems keeping the vitamin A level nice and high in the cream after we make it. But as soon as we get our own vitamin A cream, we'll be telling you all about how to use that as well. And as I said earlier on, tomorrow on Facebook, I'm going to post my skin needling machine so that you can see how it's used. And literally, I put the GLA, the Cellulite cream on, and then I skin needle to help build more collagen along with taking the other things. Age spots. What do we do for age spots? So these are some pictures of them. You want to get your skin cells to turn over faster. And, I've been telling people to take a multivitamin with minerals for as long as I can remember because it is the foundation for health, and people just don't take them. Then I started to tell people, well, there's a really good reason to take your multivitamin with minerals because vitamins A, C, E, selenium, and zinc are what cause rapid skin cell turnover in your skin to get rid of those brown spots. So for the younger women, my recommendation is get on our MultiSmart now. And for those women who have waited too long, you might need some additional help. So one of the ways to get rid of these brown spots is to use the IPL light treatment. It's not a laser. That's a mistake on my slide. IPL light treatment. And they use a light on the back of your hands or any of the brown spots that you have, and it brings the brown to the surface and sloughs off. So this gets rid of that dark brown hyperpigmentation that people get on the back of their hands. There is a natural product as well called sulforaphane ointment that you can also use where you put it on those age spots every single day, morning and night. It takes about a year to start see a difference. So the quick and fast way is IPL light treatments to get rid of the hyperpigmentation. Then you want to stay on our MultiSmart to make sure your skin cell turnover works so well. Varicose veins. Varicose veins, they're really quite ugly, but they tell us so much about our vascular system. The heart is pumping blood through our veins down to our feet and back up to the heart. And when we start to develop varicose veins and spider veins, and hemorrhoids are a varicose vein in the anus, when we start to develop these, this is telling us that our vascular system, basically our heart and our cardiovascular system, that the walls of those arteries and veins are weakened. And that's what causes the bulging. So in Europe, if you go to a doctor for your varicose veins, they would write you a prescription for a combination of herbs that work to get rid of varicose veins. And the uglier, the gnarlier, and the worse looking your varicose veins, the faster they respond to treatment with our Vein Smart. So Vein Smart is a drug in Europe, but in North America, because it's all from herbs and plants, we can sell it over the counter here. And it works for lymphedema. I have so many women who've had breast cancer surgeries and other types of surgeries where they got horrible lymphedema. That's where the lymph ends up under the skin and makes a lot of swelling. And Vein Smart works for lymphedema. It also is a great treatment for hemorrhoids. So if you've had hemorrhoids for a decade, go on our Vein Smart. It will get rid of those as well. So take a photo of your veins, because the uglier your varicose vein is, the faster it will respond. And the foods that we want to eat are dark colored vegetables, lots of them, and blueberries. Blueberries make your veins nice and strong. Vein Smart also stops that heavy leg feeling and the swelling and the pain as well. So go to my website, hormonehelp.com, to read more information. We also have YouTube videos. This particular program is being recorded and will be available on the Vitamart website and probably also on Facebook. Tomorrow at our Lorna Vanderhaeg Health Solutions Facebook page, I'm going to post my skin needling machine. And all the information that we talked about tonight is in my book, Beautiful Skin Begins Within, which is a really quick read. Tonight's lecture was being sponsored by Vitamart. Vitamart is a great place to go buy our products. Their website is vitamart.ca, and you'll receive 20% off Lorna products with the coupon code Lorna Rocks 20. So I'll say it again, Lorna Rocks 20. And the first 50 people to spend over $100 using Lorna Rocks 20 will also get one of my other products, which is called CaliQ Plus, which is a superstar. It's full of CoQ10, and it has calamari oil in it. It's a great product for your eyes, for dry eyes especially. The offer at Vitamart is valid until midnight, September 20th. And it can't be combined with their other offers. So Vitamart.ca, receive 20% off the products with the coupon code Lorna Rocks 20. I'm going to answer some of the questions that have been posted as well. People asked about spider veins. Spider veins are more challenging to treat because they're so tiny. And so if you have, I had a whole bunch of them around the edge of my nose, and I went and just had them treated with this light treatment, and it gets rid of them instantly. Like, it's so fascinating to watch them just zap it. Then I take Vein Smart to make sure that they don't come back, because they will eventually come back again. I'm just reading the questions if anybody has some more questions. Hopefully I answered the hair loss question so that you got the answer that you need. Oh, vulvodynia. This is another problem. There's a few of these very strange skin disorders that can occur inside the mouth and also on the edges of the vagina or the labia. And the skin gets kind of hardened or tough. And we use GLA for that. So you take GLA internally and you also massage it into that skin. So if you've got it in your mouth, there's also another skin condition called lichen planus. Put the GLA in your mouth and swish it around the inside of your mouth for quite a long time, and then spit it out, and then take a fresh mouthful of GLA and swallow it. But for the vulvodynia, we've definitely had women who've had success using the GLA applied topically in that area. We also have a cellulite cream called CelluSmart that I forgot to talk about. And cellulite is caused by too much estrogen in the body. That's why even skinny women get cellulite. It's not just a problem of overweight women. And our CelluSmart has this great roller on it that you can roll. You put the cream on and then you roll the cellulite, and it just busts it up. And if you use it twice a day, in 2 weeks, you're going to notice a big difference. And I use it on my arms because I get cellulite on the top part of my arms. So it works very, very well for that as also. How much protein do I recommend a day? Well, if you're a woman who sits in your chair and doesn't do any exercise, you need 30 grams of protein a day. But my trainer told me if you're going to work out with weights 3 times a week, you need a lot more than that. So do you know how hard it is for women to get enough protein? An egg is a perfect protein, and there's only 6 grams of protein in an egg. And so to get 30 grams of protein would be a lot. And for me, I don't eat meat, so it would be a big challenge to get that much protein. So our Protein Smart shakes have a hormone-free, pesticide-free, gluten-free whey protein isolate. Each scoop delivers over 20 grams of protein. I do 2 scoops a day because it also has 5,000 milligrams of CLA in it, which then actually helps me lose weight. So our protein contains the CLA. I make a shake in the morning and I put all my stuff in there. I open up my active collagen capsules. I put my GLA oil in. I put in my collagen plus drops. And that's how I do it, because otherwise you get pill fatigue. Oh, somebody was telling me if they get wet with any kind of soap that they get these dry patches. I have another woman who said that if she bumps up against anything, she gets a bruise. So bruising, you need our bone booster, because bruising is caused by not enough vitamin K2, MK7. So that is found in our bone booster product. And I go get checked out, because if you have excessive bruising on your skin, there could be a blood disorder that you've got as well. In regards to any of the dry, patchy type skin problems, you need to start eating a lot of GLA. GLA is going to make your skin absolutely gorgeous and radiant. And your friends will start asking you what you've been doing. Why do you have to take 2 GlucoSmart capsules per day if you weigh over 160 pounds? Because you're bigger and the body needs more. And because your blood sugar is probably more imbalanced because you're over 160 pounds. Now, the dosage is 1 capsule per day up to 160 pounds. But I found when I was trying to lose weight that I had to take 2 capsules a day to effectively get the fat off my belly. And so I decided that I was going to start telling everyone to take 2 capsules a day, because it was so effective for me to get rid of that belly fat. And I lost 18 pounds between a year ago, June and December, using GlucoSmart and making sure I was eating protein and vegetables. Yeah, I mean, some people are concerned about taking so many different products. If you have never taken supplements before, pick 2 and start with 2 and take those 2 for a month and then add another couple. The only time we have to be concerned is if you're on blood thinners. If you are taking warfarin or Coumadin or Plavix, then you want to make sure that you talk to your doctor first before you add any nutritional supplements, because if you read the warfarin warning, it says don't even change the vegetables you eat. But if you're on prescription medications, take them 2 to 3 hours apart from your natural products. And for GlucoSmart, it is safe to take with all the diabetic medications, glucophage, insulin, all of them. So you don't have to have any concerns about that. I'm just seeing if I can answer any more questions for people. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Just start out slowly. In regards to the GLA, you can have half a teaspoon with dinner and do that for a couple of days. And if you're fine, then I'd go the full dosage. So definitely start slowly if you've never taken supplements before. The other thing is take them with food. If you take your supplements with food, you tend not to have any problems. Somebody has shingles. I just wrote an article for our Women's Word newsletter that's going to go out next month on shingles. So shingles are caused by the herpes simplex virus, the same virus that also causes chickenpox. And I've had shingles. They are the most painful thing on the planet. So what you want to take for shingles is lysine. You want to get L-lysine, and I would take, 2,000, 5,000 milligrams of L-lysine a day. Do not eat anything with nuts in it, because that can make your shingles worse. You also want to get some sublingual B12 and swallow those and get on our Immunosmart. Our Immunosmart will also quickly help to reverse that. If you live anywhere near a place that does intravenous vitamin C, get some vitamin C and B12 and get an immune treatment as well, because that will make those shingles sores go away quicker. Absolutely. And the Cellulite cream is so incredibly soothing on shingles outbreaks. Yes, you can purchase our products in the U.S. through the online suppliers. So we have several different online suppliers like Vitamart that will allow you to buy the products and import them into the U.S. And Thankfully, our Canadian dollar is much lower than the US dollar, so you get an additional price break on that as well. Oh, if you're on prescription medicine for low thyroid, does your product enhance the medication? No. But we have a product called ThyroSmart. So the way you would take your thyroid medication is first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, and then you would take 2 ThyroSmart at breakfast. And this is to get you converting your T4 thyroid hormone to the more potent T3 thyroid hormone. So basically what it does is cause a better conversion of T4 to T3, and it's safe to take together. And what we usually see is people end up getting to lower their dose of thyroid medication, which is really quite exciting. What was the name of the product for shingles? Go to the health food store and buy Lysine, Lysine, Lysine. And if you're somebody who gets lots of cold sores, you want to take our Immunosmart and Lysine every day to keep those cold sores from coming back. So Lysine. Maybe one of the Sarah or Jackie could type Lysine, Lysine, so people can see what it is, and you would take it along with our Immunosmart. Interstitial cystitis is caused by inflammation in the bladder, and our MagSmart works beautifully for it. The only treatment that's been clinically researched for interstitial cystitis, it causes this constant urge to pee. You feel like you have a bladder infection. It's very painful and disrupting. It's called Pre-Leaf. So it's sold in the US. It's not sold in Canada. So look it up on the internet, Pre-Leaf, and that is for interstitial cystitis. And you would take that along with our MagSmart. Thank you very much, everybody. We're at the end of our hour for Beautiful Skin Begins Within.